come out.
They see you as you are.
Constantly cleaning up pet hair is exhausting. So get your paws on a Swiffer Sweeper. Sweeper makes cleaning easy. The heavy-duty dry
Planning a trip, but want to stay flexible? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites to show you which flights are waiving no change fees. So you can book now and adjust later if plans change. Kayak. Search one and done.
If you only list your vacation home on Airbnb, there will always be a couple of people who stay a couple of nights. But if you list that same home on Vrbo, you'll get Vrbo families who stay longer. Your dream guests await. Become a Vrbo host today.
So this German team, again, it's the first time maybe that they're representing their country, but they are going to provide a challenge for Team USA.
No question about that. And for the Americans, obviously, most of these kids are looking at playing college hockey down the road. 3 of them have already made U.S. college commitments, but they all have the same dreams. All of these players, whether they're wearing the red, white, and blue of the U.S. or the gold and black and red of Germany, they are all looking for the same thing eventually, and that's to play pro hockey. If not in the National Hockey League, then in Europe. And this is one big step in that growth pattern for all of these young men.
Yep, and they certainly have to play together during this tournament, and it's going to help everybody look good.
Well, the U.S. in white, Germany in the dark jerseys, and we're underway. Germany, by the way, is the home team for tonight's game, and we're glad everyone is with us, whether you're watching in Germany, hello, it's early in the morning over there, or if you're here stateside, good evening to all of you. And right off the bat, we get an icing call, and nerves are always a big thing in international competition, especially in that very first game.
Well, and you also have to remember that it's August as well, so a lot of the competition that these teams have played during the season that aren't in tryout camps, that aren't in summer hockey, may have been back in April or May. And so you're really looking in this first 5 minutes to get your skates under you, to play against competition that's other than your teammates.
Now here comes the U.S. on the attack. The puck is sent in behind the net. Max Swanson goes after it, but he is knocked off the play. Max Swanson, one of the more skilled players, and Swanson has it out front. Nice little feed out front. Shot in the goal. Swanson gets it over to Carcone, and he backhands it in, and just like that, 38 seconds in, the U.S. strikes early, and the skill that the U.S., especially that top line, Kyle, on display right there.
That's exactly how you wanted to start out if you were Team USA. Get the puck in deep, force a turnover on the forecheck. Here's a great pass over to Swanson. You mentioned the skill that he has, and how about the skill from Carcone to go forehand, backhand, and slide it in past the pad of Eder.
Now the goaltenders are a contrast in big differences. Eder for Germany is a small goaltender. He's 5'8". Thatcher Bernstein in the U.S. net. He's 6'3".
Yeah, so Eder is going to play just a different style than Bernstein. And you've seen throughout the history of hockey, sizes and goaltenders change, and a lot of different guys and a lot of different sizes have had success.
No question about it. And again, these guys are still growing. So at 16, and we got an offside call here, but the U.S. Getting back to the goal, Kyle, they strike early, and that certainly has to be deflating for the German team because you don't want to give up a goal in the first minute of the game.
Absolutely not. You're looking at, getting through that first 5 minutes. We mentioned just starting out with this international competition against another country, and the fact that the U.S. is able to strike early is great for them. Germany certainly did not want that to happen.
McCausland with a shot on goal that is kicked out by Eric Eder. Play at center ice. Andrew De La Sala working down the left wing boards, knocked away from him. U.S. keeps control. It's behind the net. Taken now by Felix Kerbel. Kerbel muscles it up the far boards and out to center ice. I think most would agree that the U.S. probably has a large advantage in terms of skill in this game, and when you're out-skilled, you have to try to out-hustle.
Absolutely. The U.S., you're going to see the skill on display. You just saw it right there with a great play.
Aiden Park coming off the boards. De La Sala gets it back to the left point. John Stout clangs one off iron. U.S. keeps control here. Swanson again, long wrist shot through a screen, knocked down, never made it through. And it's picked up by Germany's Colin Schenker.
Well, that was a great play by John Stout at the point. He faked the shot, went one way, and then he makes a good play on the defensive end, but then he finishes with a shot off the crossbar. Here's Stout again.
Shot and a save, and the U.S. buzzing. And you can see some things already. Stout loves, I mean, he's a great two-way defenseman. Max Swanson, his skill. His dad played here at Colorado College back in the 90s.
Yeah, and it was just an outstanding shift from John Stout. He went up and down the ice, and I love the fact that he had that shot off the crossbar, comes back, stops it 2-on-1, and then he's the first D up in the rush, able to get a good shot. He got some high fives as he was coming back to the bench.
Tobias Schwartz for Germany sends it down to the U.S. zone. Swanson clears it out to center ice, and he gets it right back at his own blue line. The native of Anchorage, Alaska. This U.S. team is built from players all over the country. Carson Pilgrim kicks it out to center ice. It's dumped into the U.S. zone. Finn McLaughlin gets it over to Swanson. Swanson plays it ahead to center ice, and here comes the U.S. on the attack. Wrist out. And now it's sent back out to center ice. Pittner plays it ahead, and here's the U.S. again attacking. Max Henza.
Early on, you've seen the U.S. find that chemistry. And chemistry is so hard to find early on in a tournament when you don't have much time together. You're not a team that plays together the entire year. But you've seen the chemistry early on.
Pittner with a giveaway, and that gives Germany a chance to try to get something set up in the attacking zone, but they can't capitalize. And the U.S. gets it out to center ice. It's going to be lifted right back into the U.S. zone. Just over 4 minutes into this first period, the United States with an early 1-0 lead. Scoring in the first minute of the game.
And a 5-1 advantage in the shot category as well.
Aiden Park, whose dad played a long time in the National Hockey League, carries down the right side and across the line. Park chips it to the side of net, centering pass, comes right over to Bio, and he can't do anything with it. And here comes Germany back the other way. Shams along the left side. He's stopped. Carson gets it out of the zone, and now Stout keeps control. And for the U.S., it's Julian Brown. It's cleared out to center. Buick. Now it's Zeller, stick handling his way into the Germany zone. Into the right circle. Keeps control, good strength on the stick. He has it behind the net. William Zellers. And the puck comes to the side of the German goal, and Eric Eder says, let's stop this nonsense and get a face-off.
Well, head coach Dan Jablonec for Team USA has got to be really pleased with the way that his team is playing so far. 6-1 advantage in shots on goal. They're really controlling the play in the offensive zone. Need to clean up a little bit in the D zone, a couple of turnovers that Germany hasn't been able to capitalize. But overall, the Team USA has really started out well.
Off the face-off, and we get another goal for the U.S., and poking it in is William Zellers. And just like that, it's a 2-0 lead for Team USA.
Well, as happy as Jablonec was 10 seconds ago, he's got to be even happier off of that face-off draw. That's exactly the way that you draw it up as a coach. You win the draw back, a good shot there from Cornforth, and Zellers going right to the net. Eder couldn't hold on to the shot, but he had Zellers going to the net. That's why you want to get traffic in front of the net, disrupt the goalie a little bit at the last moment. Eder couldn't see it, and Zellers is rewarded with the goal.
And one of the advantages for the U.S. in terms of attacking is when you have a small goaltender, it's much easier to take his eyes away from him, making it difficult to see the puck. And for a kid that's only 5 feet 8 inches tall, that's a challenge for Eric Eder. Here's Cornforth carrying across the line. Cornforth working down the right side for Team USA. Puck's taken away from him by Shams. And it'll be lifted out into the neutral zone. Swept in to the U.S. end by Kerbal. Finn McLaughlin. Now Cornforth on the right side. Kicks it down to the Germany line. Puck played out to center ice. And Bennett Otten.
Smart play by Alex Bales there. He realized he was the last man back, so instead of trying to make a play at the red line, he just fired it off the boards and kind of took his medicine there.
U.S. now setting up in the attacking zone. De La Sala. Puck comes into the slot, picked up by Team Germany, and they'll race up ice with the puck. Otten takes a hit along the near boards, but it's an offside play. And we'll get a face-off coming up outside the USA zone.
And a good gap there from Bales. Force that offside. You want your D-men to stay up and make it uncomfortable for the forwards to enter the zone, and in that case, it caused an offside for Germany.
Puck is sent back into the Germany zone. De La Sala working out of the left corner, slides it back to the line. Julian Brown, big defenseman, big, tall, lanky kid. Now De La Sala again gets it over to the right side. Pittner. Diagonal pass through the slot, looking for McCausland. He couldn't handle it cleanly. And Team Germany gets control, and they get a chance to break out of their own end, but that's disrupted at the line, and now it's center ice. Pittner gives it away to Dustin Wilhoff, and a big hit at center ice.
Yeah, that was Julian Brown. You mentioned he's a big defenseman, 6'3", 213 pounds, and he came at center ice like a train right there.
And that's at 16 years old.
I mean, I'll tell you, Ken, I was about 6'4" when I was 16, but a $165, so I couldn't imagine being 6'3", 213 at 16.
Here's another chance for the U.S. and charging down the right side for Team USA, Aiden Park, muscling his way deep into the zone, and he just slid it past Eric Eden for the third goal of the period for Team USA. And we've only played 7 minutes and 55 seconds of the first period.
I absolutely love that play from Aiden Park. He went to his strong side, and instead of just taking the shot on his forehand, he used his body, got a step inside the defenseman, and then uses the skill to finish.
And Park is another kid that has good size. He's 6 feet tall, 184 pounds, so he's a thick body for a 16-year-old.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Ken, you mentioned there's a lot of scouts here right now, college, juniors, and otherwise, and they are going to mark that goal down because that's what you want as a coach. You want a forward that's going to attack the net like that, be able to take it to the net and have that finishing ability.
So the U.S. with a 3-0 lead, but they've got a penalty to kill here as going into the box. Michael Risto in the box for Team USA, and this might be the break that the German team has been looking for. A chance with the man advantage to maybe settle down a little bit and maybe get a puck behind Thatcher Bernstein, but they have to get the puck in the attacking zone first.
Yeah, you have to outwork the penalty kill when you're on the power play. A lot of times, I think teams think that, you know, because we have the one-man advantage, it's going to be easier. But on the other side, you know that you're down a man, so you're working even harder. So for Germany, they have to outwork Team USA if they want to have success on this power play.
And the Germans are offside as carrying up ice was Tim Schutz. But a teammate just couldn't keep his left skate on that blue line. And we'll get a face-off outside the Team USA zone with 11:26 remaining in the first period that has been all USA. 9 shots on goal for the Americans, 1 shot for Team Germany. Well, make that 2 shots. As the Germans working on the power play. Felix Kerbel in the left corner. Can't do much with it, and now McCausland skates it up to center ice and lifts it into the Team Germany zone. Over on the left wing boards, it's McCausland again. Just trying to be a pest out there, making the Germans work. Now they've got an opportunity. Puck comes right out in front, and it trickles just wide of the left post. That coming off the stick of Felix Kerbel. But the U.S. settles down, and they're able to clear with 40 seconds now remaining in the German power play.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Germany. They got it in deep. They recognized that they had a little lane to go to Bernstein's left, and then the puck did just trickle right by the right pad, but Bernstein You mentioned 6'3", able to get that long right leg out there.
And the U.S. again clears it down the ice. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Play behind the German net, and that's exactly where the U.S. wants it. Aiden Park out there doing some penalty killing, and he, of course, scored the 3rd goal for the Americans here in this first period. Halfway through the first period, 3-0 Team USA. Pittner puts Dustin Wilhoff on his backside, and Wilhoff, one of the 3 youngsters on this German team. Colin Schlenker carries up across center ice, but he's separated from the puck. It's going to be rolled deep into the U.S. zone. Julian Brown, the big defenseman, left-hand shot. Nice feed ahead to Zellers. Zellers tips it into the German zone. He'll get it back. He shoots and scores. Zellers with his 2nd of the period, and it's 4-0 Team USA.
Another great play from Team USA. They go 200 feet on a great breakout pass from Julian Brown, and then it was Zellers and Pilgrim playing pitch and catch there, and Zellers finishing with his 2nd goal of the game. Here's a look at that play. So Zellers just, he puts it on his backhand right up to Pilgrim. Pilgrim, he recognizes that a player, miracle for Germany, was sliding. So he passes right back to Zellers, and then Zellers able to score on the short side.
So the U.S. up 4-0, and we still have more than 9 minutes to play in the first period. Here's Buick with a shot from the blue line that goes well wide of the net. This one of 2 matchups tonight in international competition between the United States and Germany. U.S. and Germany playing up in Edmonton this evening in the first game for both teams in the World Junior Championships. And we'll pass scores along as we get them.
Yeah, the rescheduled World Juniors, and hopefully the game for the U.S., if you're a U.S. fan, it starts out as well as this game here at the Athletics 5 Nations, because Team USA has played really, really well. They've earned every single one of their goals so far.
And the puck lifted out to center ice by Tobias Sports. But the U.S. puts it back up to center, and Andrew De La Sala flips it into the Germany zone as we approach 8 minutes remaining in the period. Penalty call coming here, an unnecessary penalty at that, as Dallas View was pulled down and the puck wasn't there, and that's an undisciplined penalty for the Germans to take.
Yeah, it was an unnecessary penalty, and it gives the U.S. the opportunity on the power play, which they've been dominating 5-on-5. The last thing you want to do if you're Team Germany is give them an opportunity 5-on-4.
Right, it's been all USA so far, and their goals, I mean, they've been good goals.
Yeah, they have. They've earned every single one of their goals. It sounds silly to say, but sometimes when a game is 3-4-0, there might be a couple of cheap goals. But the U.S. Their first goal was on the forecheck, and then you had one off of a face-off play, and then Park going to the net. Nice breakout on the 4th goal and a little give and go. So Team USA, they have their chemistry early on. They've been playing like a complete team at 200 feet, and now they have an opportunity to see what their power play can do. You just have to make sure, just like we were talking about with Germany, you still work hard. You don't try to do too much. Stick with what's working.
No question about that. So Dan Jablonec, the head coach for Team USA, sends Aiden Park out there to take the face-off. Aiden Park's dad, Richard, played for the Pittsburgh Penguins for a good number of years, won a Stanley Cup with the Penguins. And being from the Pittsburgh area, there is a restaurant chain there called Eat and Park. Maybe that's where Aiden got his name. Maybe his mom and dad enjoyed going to Eaton Park. That being said, the U.S. on the power play for the first time. 30 seconds into this power play, and the centering pass comes over to Park, knocked off his stick, and the Germans are able to clear.
Good job by Team Germany on the penalty kill so far. The U.S. just hasn't been able to stay crisp on the power play.
Park charges up his off wing, the left side, steps into the side. His shot stopped by Eder. He didn't know where it was for a moment. But the young German goaltender finds the puck and holds on to it, and we'll get another face-off in the Team Germany zone. 1:10 remaining in the power play, 7:11 remaining in the period.
And sometimes when you're not going well on the power play, that's the best play that you can make. You come in with speed and fire a shot on goal instead of trying to stop and get set up. It's hard to get possession. So once you have that, use that to your advantage. And the U.S. has not been shy in shooting the puck against Eder.
Pittner tried to keep the puck in the zone, but he lost control of it. And here come the Germans on the attack, shorthanded. But a nice defensive play, back checking, was Julius Brown. And now Swanson had his head down, took a hit right in front of the Team Germany bench. Lost the puck, and the U.S. will have to regroup. 40 seconds remaining in the power play.
Typically, you don't like to hit like that on the penalty kill, but in that situation, it was a great play from Team Germany.
Now Swanson, diagonal pass through the slot, finds his man cutting down the left side. And that was View. U.S. setting up again. Swanson, crisp pass, cross ice through the slot. He fires that puck when he passes it. He makes sure that people know it's coming. Pittner over on the right side for Team USA. 5 seconds left in the power play. Here's a shot from the left circle from Julian Brown, and that goes out of play. We'll get a face-off in the Team Germany zone. 6:05 remaining in the period.
And that was a sliding block from Tobias Schwartz. He got some high fives from his teammates, and Germany has done a really good job on the penalty kill when they've needed to. They've gotten those 200-foot clears. They've been blocking shots. They haven't really provided with the U.S. a lot of time and space in the offensive zone.
Face off to the right of German goaltender Eric Eder. And Team Germany wins the draw, and they will send it the length of the ice, and that will kill off the remaining time on the penalty. So the first piece of positive news for Team Germany in this first period, they kill off the penalty. But the U.S. still with a commanding 4-goal lead, and we have 5:40 to play in the first period here at the Ed Robson Arena in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
We'll see if that last penalty kill energizes Team Germany. It kind of gets them right, gets their feet and their chemistry right, because they just have not looked as good as Team USA in this first period.
Puck is pushed deep into the Team USA zone. A couple of number 22s battling for the puck, but coming away with it for Team USA is Connor Buick. Not a Pontiac, a Buick. And the Germans are able to clear.
Spelled a little bit differently, but but pronounced Buick. I thought that was kind of funny as you're listening to the pronunciations.
Here come the Americans again on the attack. And the puck's taken away, and here comes Team Germany's Elias Poole. Poole in the near corner. Takes a hit to keep the puck. And that's a smart little hockey play there by Elias Poole. Used his body to shield the puck. Nothing comes of it for Team Germany, but again, when you're down by 4, you want to try to do little things right, and maybe that will result in a big thing. Here's Park with a shot. Kicked out by Eder. And Eder held his ground, but he's lost his stick. He's without his goaltender stick.
He got fortunate there with kind of an errant pass, but his stick is still in the corner.
It's in the corner. None of his teammates able to retrieve it.
It just keeps going further and further away. He made the initial stop with his stick. It dropped in the crease, and then it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed into the corner, and the puck hasn't gone far enough away for him to go get it.
Loose puck along the far boards in the German zone, and it's cleared out to center ice. Pittner broke up a possible breakaway chance for Bickle. Now here comes Team Germany. Fanning on the shot was Dustin Wilhoff. And here come the Americans back the other way. Eder still without his goaltender stick. Picking off a pass and charging up ice for Team Germany. It's Merkel. Merkel with a shot. Saved by Bernstein. His first real test of the game. And the puck's going to be cleared down the ice. And Eder still without the stick. But he's getting help from his teammates here. Not in terms of getting his stick back, but at least they're keeping the American squad from pressuring him with many shots.
Now he has a regular left-handed stick. One of his teammates gave him that. Sometimes you see your fellow defensemen hand a stick to a goaltender because they just feel more comfortable with a stick in their hand.
And we've got a penalty call coming here against Team Germany. Looks like Matthias Papa is going to go to the box. He sent one of the American players down to the ice. Looked probably a high hit or maybe an interference call, one or the other.
What a turn of events there as Germany couldn't capitalize on the 2-on-1. Credit Thatcher Bernstein for that save. He has not been challenged. The 4 shots on goal, only one of them have really been a challenge, and it was the one that he just faced 20 seconds ago. Then the U.S. was on the verge of icing the puck, but Zellers was able to beat his man, so they wave off the icing, able to get a change, and then the U.S. draws a penalty, looking to have a little bit better of a power play than they did their first time around.
Second power play of the period. Team USA up 4-0. Puck comes back to the line for Stout. Stout over to Park. Park feeds it down low. Centering pass broken up. Now Park again, top of the right circle. Back to Stout. Stout over to the left circle. There's a shot from the left circle. That's eaten up by Eder as Cornforth with a shot. Cornforth, another one of these smaller players on this Team USA squad, but has a lot of skill.
Yeah, he does. He stands at 5'9" from Milton, Mass, but he does have a lot of skill. And the U.S., this first 31 seconds of the power play has already looked better. Instead of looking for seam passes, they're looking at kind of one-touch passes and finding that bump guy in the middle.
U.S. setting up. Puck comes right out in front. There's a great opportunity for Alex Bales, but his shot went wide, and the German team is able to clear.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Eder got a pad on it, but it looked like Bales just shot it wide off the side of the net. I don't even think that it was supposed to go to Bales, but you look to be in the right spot and always in a shooting position when you're in the offensive zone on the power play.
Approaching 90 seconds to play in the first period. It's been all Team USA. De La Sala on the left side, sends it back to the line. Finn McLaughlin sends it into the slot. It's going to be rolled out of the zone, and Team USA needs to regroup. 40 seconds left in the power play. McLaughlin works his way into the zone. Let's go with a shot, sails it over the net, and it goes into the netting, and that will stop play. Mentioned Gavin Cornforth a moment ago. Hockey in his family. His dad played college hockey at Merrimack College. His grandfather was the physiotherapist for the Montreal Canadiens for their great teams in the 50s and 60s. So Grandpa has a collection of Stanley Cup rings.
Yeah, he certainly has that collection, and I mean, what good bloodline to come from.
No question about it. And what great stories his grandfather's able to tell about Maurice Rocket Richard and all those great Canadian players from way back when. Team Germany gets the puck down to the U.S. zone. Centering pass broken up, and now here comes Max Swanson. 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Swanson gets it out front. Shot deflects wide of the net. Penalty time has expired, but we're going to get another penalty here coming up against Team Germany. No, it's going against Team USA.
Yeah, I think Max Swanson got his stick in the skates of Team Germany. So Swanson will go off for a trip, and Germany will have a power play in the last 35 seconds. Here's a look at the replay. Swanson on the forecheck. Yeah, he just gets his stick caught up in between, and that's going to be a penalty at any level. You really hate to see a stick penalty like that 200 feet from your net in the offensive zone.
So Team Germany on the power play to close the first period. They would desperately love to get one here to close the period on an upbeat note. 20 seconds remaining in the period, so not much time to work with. Hooferberg gets it over to the left side. Papa in the left corner. 9 seconds left in the period. From the right circle, nice shot there. Off the stick of Zeman Seidel. But Bernstein was up to the task and makes the save.
Yeah, a good play by Team Germany. They switched ices, but then Bernstein able to move from right to left and really have good sound positioning. And the thing that you like to see is him swallowing up that potential rebound too.
USA wins the face-off, they clear it, and that will do it for a very successful period for Team USA. Team USA definitely controlling about the first 15 minutes of the period, Kyle. But the Germans settled down a little bit in the final stages of the period. I think they got the nerves out of them a bit. Having to kill a penalty or two has actually helped them because they've been successful with that. And they will head to the locker room obviously down by 4, but I think they're a more settled team now than they were when this game started.
Yeah, I think settled is a great way to put it because they were able to get settled after those 2 penalty kills. They were able to keep the U.S. off the board on the power play, able to generate a little bit more in the offensive zone. So I think we'll see a different Germany team when we come out for the second period.
We should. And when the second period does get underway, Team USA will have a commanding lead. Our score through 20 minutes here at the Ed Robeson Arena in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Five Nations tournament presented by Athletics. It's Team USA 4, Team Germany nothing. We'll be back with the second period in just a few moments. Stay with us.
on the penalty kill. So for Team Germany, we mentioned it right before we went to intermission that we'll probably see a little bit of a different team. Not a great start there for the Germans, icing the puck right off the bat, but I think that we'll see just a team that's settled down a little bit more and a little more comfortable.
And they start the period on the power play. Max Swanson with 1:15 seconds remaining in his penalty, a tripping penalty that he picked up in the offensive zone. So an opportunity for Team Germany, if they can play with that settled feeling, to maybe strike with the man advantage, get on the board, and start to feel more comfortable. But that's not going to happen when you're sloppy with the puck deep in your own zone as the puck goes off a defender's stick, rolls right out in front of Eric Eden, and he's forced to slap his big glove hand on top of that puck. And we'll get another defensive zone face-off for Team Germany on the power play. And coaches hate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Team USA, they did a good job on the penalty kill and the opportunity that they had in the first period, and looking to kill that off and get back to 5-on-5 where they have clearly been the more dominant team.
Play deep in the Germany zone. Mac Henza comes out from behind his own net. Still 45 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Henza across the USA blue line. He'll wheel it around the boards. It comes over on the right side. Working along that right side, Maximilian Brunner. Brunner swings it over to the left side. Here's a shot from the left circle right into the breadbasket of Thatcher Bernstein, and he'll hold on to it. He has that big body, and when you're a big goaltender, you need to stay square and just stay true to the shot.
Yeah. Exactly, Ken, and he was able to do that. He did that in the first period on the power play, late in the period, and again on that one as well, where he got to the top of the crease. There wasn't a lot of pressure on him, although Schwartz at the end kind of gave him a love tap, trying to disrupt him a little bit. But Bernstein has not been challenged. 5 shots on goal in this game. 2 of them have been good chances for Germany, and Bernstein has done exactly what he's had to do. Sometimes in games where on offense you're up 4-0 early, the other team's not getting a lot of opportunities. You have to stay mentally sharp as a goaltender.
And the penalty time to Max Swanson is over. We're 1.5 minutes into the second period, and the U.S. has killed off its second penalty of the game, so they are 2 for 2 on the penalty kill.
Another good kill from Team USA. Everybody kind of getting in on the action, and now is an opportunity to get things rolling 5-on-5. Sometimes you see when you start the period off with a man advantage, or in the U.S. case, when they're down a man, it takes a little bit longer to get things going, just because that's not how you're accustomed to starting a period or a game. But the U.S. will look to get things rolling.
Gino Carson swings a pass through the slot over to the right side, and View with a shot from the outer edge of the right circle that is eaten up by Eric Eden. And Eden, a busy goaltender in that first period. He faced 18 shots, kicked out 14 of them, but you couldn't fault him on any of the 4 goals scored by Team USA.
No, there were 4 really good goals from Team USA. They earned all 4 of those goals. I love that last opportunity from the U.S. that led to the face-off. Carson passed over to View, and View wasted no time in shooting.
Swanson with a shot from long range, steered aside. Now Swanson again with a chance. His blast goes wide of the net. Carson behind the net, battling for the puck. Schlenker loses the puck to View. Dallas View sends it toward the net, tipped by Carson wide of the goal.
Well, in that first period, Zeller's first goal was him going to the net. And the U.S. trying to get more of that traffic to the front of the net and make it hard on Eder.
And the puck deflects out of play off one of the Team Germany players, so the faceoff will stay in the Team Germany zone. The U.S. with 8 titles in the 5 Nations tournament history. They are the defending champs. And a shot off the faceoff. Zellers with his third of the game. He lifted it over the shoulder of Eder from the top of the right circle. And Zellers gets his third of the game, and it's 5-0 Team USA.
And all three of Zeller's goals have been in different ways. The first one going to the net and tapping in that puck off the rebound. Second one, a little give and go earlier on with Pilgrim. And then this one, right off the faceoff. That's twice off the faceoff today that Team USA has scored. You'll love to see that.
No question about it. Win the draw, and Zellers was right there, and he wasted no time. Puck got on his stick, and he let it fire toward the net, and it's a 5-0 game. And the puck lifted up into the Team Germany bench. That'll stop play. And the clock here keeps up. They finally turned the clock off. About 4 seconds rolled off the clock after the puck went out of play. I'm sure nobody's going to be too upset about that. Certainly not Team Germany. Philip Kipp, the head coach for Team Germany. He is an experienced coach when it comes to international play, especially in this age group.
And Kipp will try to get his Team Germany team. It's not just about the first game, but and really, you know, you just try to get your team better as the tournament rolls on. It's about development at this age, no matter if you're playing in an international tournament like this Athletics 5 Nations tournament, or if you're just, you know, playing at this age group. But it's all about development. What a play by Bales.
Bales with a big hit on Maximilian Oswald.
I mean, he read that perfectly as a defenseman, knew that he wasn't the last man back, and timed it just perfectly, got him right in the chest, which is exactly what USA Hockey is teaching kids when they're talking about body contact and body check.
And we've got a slashing penalty here coming against Team USA, I believe. De La Salle. But let's take a look at that big hit in the USA zone.
Yeah, so it was Bales as a defenseman, and boom, right through the chest of Oswald. And that is just textbook how you want to do it. If you are that defenseman, you know, again, you're not the last man back. You time it well, and that was perfect, right in the chest, right through the guy. That's a beautiful hit.
So Andrew De La Salle goes to the box, 2 minutes for slashing, and Team Germany gets its third power play chance of the game. Shots are 20-5 in favor of Team USA. Make that 20-6 as a blast from long range from the outer edge of the right circle. Elias Poole with a good hard shot, but one that Thatcher Bernstein was able to see cleanly. And Thatcher Bernstein and Team USA will let that happen all night long.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the kind of shots that you're okay with. You have trust in your goaltender that he's going to be in the right position. There was no traffic on him. He was in the right position, and the best part about it was he didn't give up a rebound.
So Team Germany working on the power play. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Dustin Wilhuff knocked down to the ice. He's one of the youngsters on this team. They're all youngsters. Some are just younger than others on Team Germany.
When you're talking about the difference between an 06 and an 07 birth year, that's where you get that youngster term. But to you and me, Ken, they are all youngsters.
Wilhuff plays it in the zone. Long shot and a goal for Team Germany. That shot was tipped. But the original shot taken by Maximilian Merkel.
It looks like it might have been Herzog that got that goal. So the home team, on paper, Team Germany gets on the board. They capitalize on the power play. Let's take a look at the replay. They pass back the shot, and yeah, it was Merkel that shot it, and Herzog going to the net, and it was deflected all the way across the net. No fault of Bernstein there. because he was sliding over to his right, and that was deflected back to his left. So a really nice play from Team Germany. And Ken, I think that we have seen, despite the goal they gave up to Zellers, a different Team Germany team in this second period.
Yeah, I believe so. And here's a steal at center ice as Germany scores on the power play. So Max Herzog with a goal. So Merkel and Beckel get the assists on the Herzog goal. Now here's a long shot kicked out by Bernstein. Rebound kept alive by Team Germany. Seidel sends it through the slot, comes over to the right side, now tap back to the line. Henza, his shot is blocked. It's chopped off the far boards, but kept in the zone by Team Germany. Seeger kept it in. Now Papa with a shot that goes wide.
Yeah, I think that might have deflected off the crossbar, actually. But either way, it was a little bit too close for comfort for Team USA, and Germany has been energized by that last goal.
So Gino Carson carried around, went around the circuit in the offensive zone, but lost the puck, and we're going to get a penalty call here.
Going to be Carson for Team USA that gets called for the high stick right in front of the Team USA bench. So Germany is going to have another opportunity with the man advantage, and Team USA is going to need to kill off this man advantage.
So Germany down by 4. It's a 5-1 game, but Team Germany just scored on the power play at 5:03, and they get another power play right here. Puck's going to be taken and sent the length of the ice by Alex Bales. Make that Finn McLaughlin sending it the length of the ice. "13 minutes to play in the second period. Team USA with a commanding 5-1 lead, but the Germans playing better here in the second period. They still have 1:20 seconds of power play time to work with. Puck kept in at the line by Handel. Puck goes in behind the net. Park can't get it out over on the far boards. And working in the far corner, it's Oswald. Still with the puck. Gives it away. Aiden Park had a chance to clear, but got it out on the second effort as he was thwarted by Manuel Shams the first time. And now Oswald tips it into the Team USA zone, but the Americans are able to clear. 40 seconds remaining in the Carson penalty.
Yeah, one thing you'll hear all coaches talk about on the penalty kill is getting those 200-foot clears. And the U.S., up until that last clear from McLaughlin, were not able to do that. McLaughlin had a couple of opportunities with pressure on him, mind you, but to get it out and was not able to. Germany able to keep the pressure on. Then Park tried to do a chip play initially, and that was intercepted. That's a play where if you're on your forehand, you know you have been kind of tied up in your own zone for a while. You have to get that all the way down the ice and make Germany go the length of the ice. Just like that right there.
Play deep in the Team Germany zone. 15 seconds remaining in the Carson penalty for Team USA. Here's Kerbal. Drops it back, Oswald. Oswald plays it over to Kerbal in the right corner. Takes a hit from behind. Lucky there wasn't a penalty called there. Oftentimes that little check from behind near the boards results in a penalty. Now Stefanik comes back the other way. His shot kicked out by Eden. Nice save there. As the penalty time has expired, the Americans are back at full strength. Carson out of the box. 11:20 to play in the second period. It's a 5-1 game. The U.S. on top of Germany. Now Cornforth with another bump from behind. Again, you've got to be careful with those hits that, you know, you might get away with one. Now the U.S., I think, has gotten away with two that were questionable as to whether they were from behind, but you don't want to run that risk and get into bad habits.
No, because it's going to go the way of player safety for these officials. You know, if they deem it a dangerous hit, they're going to call it more often than not.
Max Swanson with a nice pass, smart pass as he sent it back to Connor Buick coming off the bench and gaining the zone. Now Swanson pulled down in the far corner. Could have been a penalty call there as well, but play continues. Buick gets it ahead, and now here's a chance for Team USA, and sending it through the slot was Pilgrim, but nobody there for Team USA, and the Germans have a chance to clear. They'll get it out to center ice. Now View comes down the left side. His shot knocked down by Eric Eden. The U.S. team keeps it alive. Swanson sends it back to the line. Stout sends it toward the goal. Now View over in the far corner. One of 4 Minnesota high school products on this U.S. squad. And at the line, Pilgrim could not wait for his teammate to come on side, and Carson Pilgrim's got kind of an interesting story. He's a young man from Warroad, Minnesota, which is about as far north in the continental U.S. as you can get. He's related to TJ Oshie. TJ Oshie just had his high school number retired up there in Warroad. Gary Sargent, who played in the NHL back in the 70s, is another relative of Carson Pilgrim. And again, he comes out of a storied high school program up there in northern Minnesota.
Yeah, Warroad is a storied high school program up there. But you talk about, you know, some guys from Minnesota and some guys from different parts of the U.S. And for the state of hockey in the U.S., it just continues to grow and grow, and you're starting to see players from all over. You know, one of the guys that's the Hart Trophy winner in the National Hockey League, Austin Matthews from Arizona. You have Gino Carsonia from Georgia. You have Alaska, New York, Minnesota. So many different states are represented, and I think that is a testament to what USA Hockey has done and the growth that USA Hockey is continuing to do all across the United States. So, you know, you used to see you guys from Minnesota, Massachusetts, Michigan, and that was the 3 M's were probably about it. But you see guys from so many different places, which is fantastic to see.
A couple of Californians on this Team USA squad. And in Germany, the sport is growing by leaps and bounds as well. Germany, predominantly a soccer or football playing country, as they would call it over there. But hockey is a sport that is definitely growing in the country of Germany.
Yeah, and you've seen it in a bunch of international.
Here's a chance for De La Salle on the breakaway, but he is thwarted by Eden. Nice save there by Eden as he stayed with it, as his confidence is growing as he makes another big save there.
Yeah, Eder, very, very good second period for him, aside from that goal from Zellers, but he had to come out and challenge a speedy Andrew De La Salle from Rye, New York, 6 foot, 165-pound left-handed shot. And boy, Eder has settled in. He's getting a little bit more confidence, and you just hope that continues to grow for him throughout this tournament. And remember, we talked about this. This is the first time potentially for some of these guys that they're playing against international competition. So not just the best players from their country, their state, wherever it is, but from around the world.
No question. And Team USA thwarted at the Germany line. They'll try again. Here comes Team USA on the attack. Zellers, who has 3 goals in the game, swings a pass over to the left wing boards. Pittner gets it into the right circle. Zellers clangs it off the crossbar.
Zellers was looking for number 4 of the game.
Zellers again over on the far side. Puck's taken off of his stick. Zellers plays for the fabled Shattuck St. Mary's program in Minnesota. And that program has produced a couple of hockey players. I know one of them just celebrated a birthday. That being Sidney Crosby.
Yeah. He's, if he's not the best player to come out of Shattuck, I mean, he's in the top 2.
Here's Swanson. Swanson with a shot. He hits the post. He hit the inside of the left post. So Zellers and then Swanson clanging iron, and behind the play we're going to get a hooking call against Team Germany.
Elias Poole is upset with that call, not necessarily because of the call, but because it prevented a 2-on-1 from Team Germany. They had speed, they had numbers, and from behind the play, there was a penalty. Here's the hook right there. Yeah, well, that's what led to the 2-on-1. So if you're Poole, you can be upset that maybe your 2-on-1 got taken away, but I'm sure if he looks at that, he goes, yeah, probably shouldn't have been a 2-on-1 with that penalty.
So Team USA on the power play. They're third of the game. They're 1 for 2 with the extra skater. And a nice defensive play, and the puck comes out of the zone.
And the U.S. has been better on the power play when they're keeping it on the perimeter, not trying those seam passes. Germany is able to anticipate those, and that's what happened on that. But when the U.S. is working it to one of the sides, going down to maybe a guy in the goal line and finding a pop-out guy, or finding a guy on his strong side to come down, that's when the U.S. has been more successful on the power play. They'd like to see them get rewarded with a power play goal.
Play in the Team Germany zone. Here's Buick. Gets it over to Swanson, throws it right out in front. Here's a chance, great chance at that for Michael Ristow, and he is stopped by Eder. A great save there by Eric Eder.
Really great save, and I think Ristow was kind of caught in between of what he wanted to do. I think he thought that there was somebody on the back door. There was in Dallas View, but wasn't sure what to do, and then maybe just kind of lost control of the puck, had to go forehand, backhand with a guy on with pressure. But that was a great play from Swanson over to Ristow.
1 minute remaining in the power play for Team USA. Finn McLaughlin swings it around the boards. It's the U.S. setting up here. McCausland over on the right side. Now it comes back to the right point. Now De La Sala along the left side. De La Sala, top of the left circle, feeds it down low. Centering pass broken up, and then McCausland sends a shot that sails over the net.
And that's that little play that I was talking about with the U.S. trying to go to the goal line and finding that pop-out guy. It was Stefanik there, and the Germans did a really good job of collapsing into the middle, taking away that play from Stefanik, and not able to get good wood on it.
Centering pass comes into the slot, but nobody in a white Team USA jersey. And Team Germany gets a chance to clear easily. Thatcher Bernstein almost gave it away deep in his own zone as the penalty time to Elias Poole expires, and now Germany's at full strength. They'll change up some players, so all by himself deep in the zone is Oswald, and he can't do much by himself, and the Americans will send it the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing call against Team USA. And one of the things that's going to be interesting, Kyle, throughout this tournament is to see the effect on all of these players who are playing at elevation. None of these guys are used to playing at elevation. There might be some guys on Team Switzerland that are used to it, but nobody else.
Absolutely, and you know, we've done a lot of Colorado College games, and you see those teams that come in, even the second day of a back-to-back is tough.
Here comes Team USA, shot in the goal! From the right circle, McCausland, Teddy McCausland beats Eder, and it's 6-1 Team USA.
Well, McCausland certainly isn't feeling the effects of elevation quite yet. He came flying down the right side, his strong side, and a 2-on-1. This is tough for a goaltender. McCausland had a step on his defenseman, and then he does a great job of just sliding it through the 5-hole. I think Eder was expecting...
I think he was expecting it to go high.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a night, you know, without doing anything other than maybe his eyes. Now here's another chance for Team USA as the pass too far in front of Cornforth. Make that Carson. And now the puck deflects out of play, but the U.S. almost getting another one there to add to their 6-1 lead. But getting back to the McCausland goal, Kyle, I thought that, you know, it certainly looked like he was looking to fire it up high, but kind of a changeup
Yeah, and when you're able to have that deception, you're going to go from being a 10-goal scorer to a 15-goal scorer, from a 15 to a 20. You know, it's just great innate ability, and to do that full speed as well. To have the wherewithal to come down, go, okay, I might need to change up my angle here. He's probably not expecting 5-hole, and I'm going to do that. And it was just a great play from Teddy McCausland.
Yeah, especially when, you know, as a short goaltender, you're used to the shots coming hot. Now here's a chance for Team Germany as a shot from between the circles. Off the stick of Papa is blocked, and the puck's going to be sent the length of the ice. We got a penalty call coming here against Team USA. Delayed penalty. Mac Henza behind his own net, gets it over to the left side. And the Team USA trying to touch up on the puck to get the whistle blown. But Team Germany more than happy to skate out there with 6 skaters. Try and take advantage of things. Now Germany trying to set up in the attacking zone. Finally, Team USA, Zellers touches up, and we'll get another penalty call here against the Americans, their 3rd of the period. It'll be a tripping call to Aiden Park.
And there's just been a number of stick penalties for Team USA, getting those, you know, sticks in between legs at skates. And Team Germany, they capitalized earlier on the man advantage with their lone goal of the contest. They're trying to do so again.
Now here's Max Swanson for Team USA. Swanson does it all. Penalty kill, power play, and of course, quite the playmaker no matter what the situation is. And he's from Anchorage, Alaska. And the host of this event, Colorado College, has a long history of outstanding players coming from Alaska to play here in Colorado Springs, including Max Swanson's dad, Brian Swanson.
Yeah, he played here from 95 to 99.
Here comes Team USA. Zellers with 4 goals, looking for 5. He sails a shot high over the net. The rebound comes out to center ice. 3 minutes remaining in the period. 6-1 Team USA. And it's going to be lifted the length of the ice. The Americans pick up the puck. McCausland shorthanded. Gets it back to Torrey Pittner. Pittner sends it back to his teammate. Back in the defensive zone, Julian Brown. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Centering pass, nobody knew where it was, and now McCausland has his shot blocked. And we've got a penalty call here. It's going to go against Team USA, as getting the elbow up high was Ristow. As he saw the hit coming, got his body out of the way, but left his left elbow up high, and he put it up on the chin of one of the Team Germany players. And Team USA touches up, and the Americans are going to be short 2 skaters for 14 seconds.
And Germany's going to want to attack quickly off the face-off and not waste any time on this 5-on-3. Let's take a look at the call. So behind the net, first of all, great play by McCausland. Now the puck goes behind the net. Ristow goes. And, oh, it was the stick, I think, that got up there under the chin. And, you know, all these guys are in full cages. And so for him to get that stick under the cage is pretty dangerous.
So Ristow in the box. Back-to-back penalties against Team USA. And the Germans are going to ice the puck here. So Germany has had a couple of great chances. They just had an opportunity on the power play, unable to cash in while Aiden Park was in the box. Now Ristow is in the box for Team USA. Germany down by 5. They are being outshot 29-9, and we've got 1 minute 39 seconds remaining in the second period.
And shots in the first were 17 12-4. In the second, they're 12-6 in favor of Team USA. Make that 13.
Play in the far corner of the Team Germany zone. It comes back to the line. Team USA shorthanded here. Now here come the Germans on the attack. Schlenker. And Schlenker loses the puck. It's sent out to center ice, and now Papa sends it back into the Team USA zone. Final minute of play in the second period. Germany on their 4th power play of the period. Papa gets it over to the right side. Zeidel. Ends up from just inside the line. His shot deflects in on Bernstein, and Bernstein makes the stop with 31.3 seconds to play.
And Schwartz was in front of the net for Team Germany and deflected that. Bernstein did a good job. I don't think that he knew that he had it right off the bat, but he was able to corral it and keep it a 6-1 game. Here's a look at the replay. There's Bernstein with it, and then a little extracurricular activity right after.
They're playing hockey, that's all.
And that's what the officials saw too. Said it. There was nothing egregious there. No intent to injure, anything like that. We'll just keep on playing.
Now here's a great chance from between the circles for Seidel, and he sails the shot over the net. He couldn't get a better chance. All alone between the hash marks. 10 seconds left in the period. Germany pressuring here. Here's a shot that's kicked out by Bernstein. Rebound attempt is blocked as the Americans kill off the penalty, and there's the horn to end the second period. And even though the Team USA scores a couple of goals in the period, not the same type of dominating period that we saw in the first, but Team USA will head to the locker room with a 5-goal lead, up 6-1.
Well, I thought Team USA saw a significantly different team, Team Germany, in that second period. Team Germany, they came after that first period, got settled down a little bit, and they were able to sustain some offensive pressure, get some chances on the power play, and now they had a really good couple of chances there right at the end of the second period. I think we're in for a pretty fun third period, Ken.
No question about it. And for Team USA, they want to eliminate the mistakes, play a sounder mental game in the final 20 minutes. And for Team Germany, they want to build. They want to build on their confidence and see if they can generate more scoring chances, because 10 shots on goal, not getting it done for Philip Kipp's team. So we've played 40 minutes, 2 periods here in the second game of the Five Nations tournament presented by Athletics, and Team USA has a commanding lead. Back inside the Ed Robeson Arena on the campus of Colorado College in Colorado Springs. This is the second game of the Five Nations tournament presented by Athletics. Ken Landau and Kyle Houston with you as we get set for the start of the third period. And Kyle, it's been a dominating performance by Team USA. 4-0 lead heading into the second period, and they wasted little time adding to it. William Zellers, he's been the offensive story of the game so far for Team USA. He scored his third goal of the game early in that second period, but then Team Germany took advantage of a power play to get on the board. Herzog scoring for Team Germany, but then it was McCausland for Team USA, putting Team USA on top by a 6-1 score through 40 minutes of play. And for Team USA, they got a little sloppy on occasion in that second period, taking penalties that were not necessary to take. And I would think that Dan Jablonic and his coaching staff want to tighten that up. And on the other side of things, Philip Kipp and his coaching staff, they want to keep their team pressuring and looking to build through the third period, not because they think they're necessarily going to be able to come back from a 5-goal deficit, but build toward their next game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to do if you're Team Germany. You already made the adjustments after the first period to have a better second period. But you're exactly right. For Team USA, they need to play a very disciplined third period. I don't think that Dan Jablonic cares if the U.S. scores any more goals, really. But you want to play a disciplined game in all three zones. There was too many stick penalties, I thought, for Team USA in that second period, and that's where you gave Germany a little bit momentum.
No question, and they've limited the Germans' chances. Only 10 shots on goal through 40 minutes of play. So Thatcher Bernstein has not been tested very much, if at all, in this game. He's maybe been tested once or twice, but what the American squad needs to do is tighten things up. As we've mentioned, they need to get away from taking needless penalties, giving Germany opportunities, because Germany had a brief two-man advantage in that second period. They couldn't capitalize on it. But if you poke the bear enough times, sooner or later the bear's going to bite you.
Well, and you talked about Bernstein not being challenged all that often in the first two periods, but when he has been challenged, those shots on goal for Germany, they have had pressure in front of the net. That's where that deflection led to the goal for Team Germany. Then late in the period, they had another deflection that Bernstein didn't get a clean save, really. So for Team USA, they need to tighten things up in the defensive zone. Bernstein has done his job, and really, again, like you talked about with Team Germany, building their way up throughout this tournament. Team USA is trying to do the same thing. The defending champs trying to do that again. So, Team USA, I expect a disciplined third period.
So we are set for the third period. Team USA with a 6-1 lead. And William Zellers with 3 goals, could have had a fourth. He clanged one off the crossbar from close range. But he has had the hot hand, no question about it. But those top 2 lines for Team USA, top 3 lines really, working very, very well. And the Americans, we might note, we haven't mentioned this yet, playing a little short-handed as Bobby Bartel injured. So Team USA with only 17 skaters in this game, and you're allowed 20 skaters in the tournament. You can dress an extra forward and an extra defenseman if you wish. Now here comes View. His shot from the right circle sails over the net. As we're in the first minute of the third period, he's another opportunity for View, but he is stopped by Eder.
View has shown the ability to shoot the puck well. He's had a couple of opportunities where a pass has come across and he's fired it. That time he had 2 great chances. So Dallas View, although he hasn't scored yet, he's been right there and playing well.
Germany has had 5 power play chances in the game. They are 1 for 5 on the power play. Team USA only 3 power play chances, 0 for 3 with the man advantage, but they haven't needed to score. with the extra skater. Now here's a turnover. Aiden Park working out of the right corner in the Team Germany zone. He'll leave it in the corner. De La Sala spun around. Now here's Cornforth. He lets go with a shot that's steered aside by Eder. USA still with pressure. Here's a shot from the top of the right circle by Stout. That deflects wide. View sends it back for Park. Park had it skip past him and out to center ice. Connor Buick. Now Park between the legs, drop pass. Don't see that very often.
It's not something that you necessarily teach, especially right by the blue line, but these kids have a tremendous amount of skill. You say kids, they're 16 years old, and it's just amazing the skill level that these young players have.
No question about that. And McLaughlin stops a Team Germany effort at the U.S. blue line. Cornforth will roll it into the Germany zone. Over on the left side, Finn McLaughlin pushes it behind the net. Each team has a player with the first name Finn, which you wouldn't have expected from certainly Team Germany.
It helps when you go by last names for players then, so you don't run into that, because there's Finns, there's Maximilians or Maximes for Team Germany.
Over on the left side, Team USA, Risto feeds it down low, stepping right out front. Here's a shot and a goal from down low. Alex Bales puts it top shelf where Grandma keeps the peanut butter, and it's a 7-1 Team USA lead.
Alex Bales reaped the benefits of his teammates working hard right around the net, and credit Bales for coming in. That right side defenseman on his offhand, able to put it home after the puck went across the goal line, and there was McCausland. We saw him a couple of times doing that, not only on his goal where he's able to go 5-hole, but in that second period, bring it right across the crease, and it led to a goal for Team USA.
Chance for Matthias Papa goes askew, and here comes Team USA back the other way. Carson Pilgrim carried in deep. Getting back to that Bales goal, he showed good hands. That puck was in tight to his feet, and he was able to get his stick on the puck, stick handle it, get it in a shooting position, and then put it upstairs for the 7th goal of the game for Team USA. Shots are 33-10 unofficially on the scoreboard here at the Ed Robeson Arena.
And it's been a great start for the U.S. in this third period, after the second period was not quite as good as their first period, where they came out flying. And Ken, you mentioned earlier that tonight is a USA-Germany matchup for both this athletics U17 Five Nations and the World Juniors. Well, right now the U.S. has an advantage over Team Germany up there in Edmonton. Luke Hughes got the U.S. on the board, and it's 1-0 in the first period.
Face off in the Team USA zone. Battle for the puck along the near boards. Pilgrim trying to work it up the wall. Buick comes away with it for Team USA. And it's lifted out to center ice. Just over 4 minutes into the third period. It's been all Team USA tonight. 4 goals in the first period, 2 in the second, and 1 here early in the third. Swanson gets it over to Finn McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets it back to Bales. His shot gloved by Eder. That was probably off net by about a half foot or so, but Eder taking no chances.
Well, those two defensemen in McLaughlin and Bales getting in on the action, as McLaughlin went all the way around the net and found Bales. And a good shot from the 5'9" defenseman from East Amherst, New York.
Max Swanson wins the faceoff for Team USA. View sends it through the slot into the left corner. Puck knocked down at the line by Dallas View from Northport, New York. Lives up in the Duluth area now, goes to Hermantown High School. Now there's a high school that has prepared quite a number of players that have gone on to play college hockey in the United States as well as in the National Hockey League. Suburb of Duluth. Bouncing puck kept in at the U.S. line by Kerbal, but not for long. Play along the near boards in the Team Germany zone. Now Cornforth trying to dangle his way around. Does so. Took a little while, but the puck made its way through, and Cornforth had an opportunity. Stick handling off the far boards. He's got nifty little hands there.
Great job by Cornforth to fight off those sticks in his body and keep the puck in the Germany zone, and potentially now lead to an opportunity, though Germany able to clear it.
Bickle lets it go up to center ice. Solid hit at center ice on Michael Ristow.
And really, I'm not sure if Herzog meant to have that big of a hit. He just kind of looked like he was standing there and couldn't move anywhere. We'll get a look at it, but there's Ristow. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Herzog was ready. He was looking at Ristow the whole time, and just like Bales did in the second period, delivered a solid body check right through the chest.
Face off in the Team Germany zone. 13:48 to play in the third period. 7-1 Team USA lead.
For Team USA, his next 13:47 is going to be big, not only for this game. They played well this game. It's if Germany comes back and wins this game, then it'll be the biggest comeback that we've ever seen. But you have to build for the tournament, continue to build good habits, make sure that you're still playing the way that you want to play, because it's a quick tournament, and one mistake could spell the difference between first, second, third place.
No question about it. And we got a penalty call coming here against Team Germany. It's going to be a holding call. And Maximilian Merkel will go to the box.
And that's a strength of Team USA, where they've got that speed. And throughout this week, they should be able to draw a lot of penalties with that speed. Cornforth, he goes in and gets impeded on by Merkel for Team Germany. And now the U.S. will use his opportunity to have a solid power play. We've yet to see a solid power play from Team USA.
Fourth power play chance of the game. Long shot from just inside the blue line. Gloved easily by Eric Eder. John Stout letting that shot go.
And Stout shot that from up top. And what you want to see if your defenseman's going to shoot from right there is have a couple of bodies in front of the net, get that stick to deflect, but disrupt Eder, and I don't think he was very disrupted there.
Team USA setting up on the power play again, their fourth of the game. Buick gets it over to Park. Park sends it back to Buick at the line, over to the left side. And Stout's pass broken up, but Team USA keeps it alive. Aiden Park, one of two Californians on this team. Park walks his way into the right circle, turned back toward the wall. Buick over to Stout, shot kicked out by Eder. Kept alive by John Stout over on the left wing board. Stout had it knocked off his stick, and it comes out to center ice. 1 minute remaining in the power play. Here's Aiden Park. Drops it for Zellers, who has 3 goals and a long shot. from Bales, eaten up by Eric Eder, whose confidence has grown through this game. He might have looked a little shaky in that first period. Not that he was alone in those German uniforms. I think all the German players were a little shaky in the first period, but he has settled down and has played a pretty solid game.
And I think one of the ways that you can tell that he's settled down is he's not fumbling the puck on that first save. He's not giving up the rebound, but he's making it look easier.
Swanson with a pass over to the left circle for Bales, and Bales has his shot stopped by Eder.
And that was another good save by Eder. That was not an easy save by any stretch, moving from left to right, and a quick shot like that on the low blocker side.
McLaughlin, top of the left circle, walks down the left wing boards. McLaughlin forced into the left corner, still has it, shovels it back to the line. Bales to Swanson. Swanson, his pass deflects over to McLaughlin. He'll hand it off to Bales. His pass broken up in the slot. 3 seconds remaining in the power play for Team USA. And it's taken by Team Germany and driven the length of the ice. So Team USA now 0 for 4 in the game with the man advantage. Dallas View walks down the left side. Centering pass broken up. Now Swanson sends it cross ice. View with a shot. That's blocked by Papa. USA pressuring here at even strength. More pressure at even strength than they had with the power play. Near steal by Otten. Julian Brown comes up with a puck. That is a big young man. Clearing attempt is broken up. And Bennett Otten sends it back to the line. Now here's a steal and a chance for Team USA. De La Sala charges down the left side, sends it out in front, and an easy tap in for Terry McCausland. His second goal of the game. And Team USA now with an 8-1 lead.
Well, after the turnover for Team USA, they were able to get the puck back. And De La Sala, what he did was right at about the red line, he looked to see if he had anybody streaking in with him, and that was McCausland. So here he goes. He takes a little bit of a look to the right. McCausland goes, and then what a pass. And all McCausland had to do, he's probably not going to have an easier goal than that when you look at it, because he just had to put his stick there. But it was all hard work for both of those guys to earn that goal.
Hustle up the ice is what that was. McCausland unable to keep the puck in the Germany zone. Now Buick tips it into the zone. Stopped at the side of the net by Eric Eder. McCausland rolls it behind the net. Andrew De La Sala to McCausland. His centering pass broken up. Team USA with control. 9:40 to go in the period. Pass goes off the boards and out of the zone. Here's De La Sala. Couldn't wait at the line, and that causes the offside whistle as Teddy McCausland was caught in the zone. And they'll come out and shovel some snow off the ice.
And we got another update on the World Juniors up there in Edmonton. Team USA still winning 1-0 after one. And when you think about that World Junior tournament, there's a good chance that you'll see a number of these guys from these different nations representing their country in a couple, 3 years at that tournament. Remember, this is the under-17 tournament. And these are all 16-year-old kids. They still have time to develop. It's their first time representing the U.S. In all likelihood. And they've got the aspiration to go ahead and move up the ranks and represent Team USA in various ways moving forward.
And that World Junior Championship, really for many, that is the second biggest international event there is for ice hockey next to the Olympic Games.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really incredible that tournament and the eyeballs that it brings in. And I think people get excited because, you know, they might be fans of NHL teams, and then they want to watch what their future is going to look like with some of these players. And you know, if you're a fan of the CC Tigers down here, as Germany has a shot, I mean, you can watch the future of your Tigers, and Caden Mberko is in net for the Tigers. He's coming in. Hunter McCown, who we've seen turn into a really solid player for the Tigers, he's playing for Team USA, and they've got to be just thrilled to be representing their country.
No question about it. And of course, it's a different setup. This year's championship, World Junior Championship, it was canceled back in December, just after it got started because of an outbreak of COVID-19, and they rescheduled it for the summer, this summer. So maybe not the same kind of buzz around the tournament, especially seeing how NHL training camps are just around the corner. And charging down the left side for Team USA is Torrey Pittner, and from his off wing he shoots one in, and that makes it a 9-1 Team USA lead.
Well, as a fellow defenseman, I love seeing D-men get up in the play. Here's Pittner going on his offhand, and he does a really good job not breaking stride and going from backhand to forehand, going far side. Nothing Eder could do there, as he had to respect the speed of Pittner, and Pittner, credit him. He looked like a forward there going down on the offside.
He certainly did. He certainly did. And Pittner, one of the two Californians on this Team USA squad, probably plays a lot of roller hockey, or at least did. And I think we saw some of those roller hockey skills there, because that ability to charge up the ice, up the surface, I mean, that's a roller hockey kind of move right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And to also not just settle for a backhand shot and say, hey, you know what, I've gotten in the zone, maybe let's just get a face off. No, he had the presence of mind to know that there wasn't really pressure on him, that he was able to go from his backhand to forehand quickly and fire that shot. There's just a very skilled play.
Team USA keeping the pressure on. Long shot by John Stout, steered aside. Stout keeps it into the line. He'll send it behind the net. Max Swanson kicks it against the end boards. Tried to get it over to William Zellers, who has 3 goals in the game. Teddy McCausland has 2. Zellers with 3. The U.S. has a team with 9. Will they hit double digits? Here's Zellers. Zellers lets go with a shot, blockered away by Eder.
And what I like, Ken, more than the 9 goals, and especially the 3 goals in this period, is the fact that they haven't given up a shot in this period to Team Germany. So not only are they able to continue their offensive onslaught, but they're playing solid in all 3 zones.
Here's Cornforth with a chance, and his shot is blocked. It goes out of play with just under 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd period.
Here's a look at the bench for Team Germany, as they're going to look to continue to build toward their next few games in this athletics U17 Five Nations tournament.
Now here's a chance for Team Germany. Wilhuff comes in, and his shot is stopped. Thatcher Bernstein tested for the first time in the period. And for Team Germany, it's a quick turnaround. They will play the early game tomorrow against a rested Team Slovakia. Slovakia did not play today, so they've had a chance to sit back, watch, and scout. For Team USA, Switzerland is the next opponent.
And Switzerland, they made it interesting in that first game against the Czechs. It ended up being a 5-4 Czechia win. But the Swiss, they were able to come back late.
They dug holes for themselves in each of the 3 periods, and they battled back. They were down by 2 in the third. They scored an extra attacker goal to make it a 1-goal game, and then had a chance in the final minute and a half or so, 2 minutes, but couldn't find the equalizer.
It's one of the fun things, though, about these international tournaments, whether it's here at Five Nations or World Junior. You never know what a team is going to bring and what excitement you can see. And that's why I think that if you're in the area here, come watch these teams, because it's the best hockey players at their age groups. It's fun international hockey, and it's very skilled hockey.
No question about it. And here in the Olympic City, here in the United States, home of the U.S. Olympic Committee, USA Hockey is based here. And this building, the Ed Robeson Arena, part of the City of Champions project that will be bringing many, many international events in the coming years into this facility.
Yeah, this is a beautiful facility, and I think a great choice to host this tournament. Done a great job with USA Hockey at putting this on and providing the best experience they can for these kids, because not only for Team USA coming from around the nation, but these other nations, they want to make it a good, fun experience for these 16-year-old kids and for the few 15-year-olds on Team Germany.
Gino Carson with a steal at the U.S. line, charges up ice. His shot goes wide of the net. World Jump Roping Championships coming here. USA Weightlifting Championships coming into this building next year. And here's hoping that many more international hockey events come into this building in the years to come.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, you're not going to see me competing at either of those jump roping or weightlifting events anytime soon.
No. I'll be a spectator.
Yeah, I'll be a spectator as well.
We're down to 4:18 to play here in the third period. Play in the Team Germany zone. McLaughlin gets it behind the net. Max Swanson sends it back to McLaughlin. Nice little toe drag move to find some space, but his shot goes wide. Cornforth gets it to Swanson. Swanson just bounces it into the crease area, and we get a little pushing and a little shoving, but no jump roping or weightlifting.
No, but we are going to get matching penalties. As in front of the net view is there for Team USA. They're taking both of them. I think they're going to go 4-on-4 here. But right before that, I thought Finn McLaughlin had a very good play. You mentioned the little toe drag to get past some pressure, and that's what you're taught as a defenseman, is to provide a little bit of deception up top. So here's the pushing and shoving in front, and yeah, there's really no need for that, and probably the right call to take both of them just to settle them down and make sure that nothing escalates in this last 3:47.
So for the first time in this first day of the Five Nations tournament, we have some 4-on-4 hockey. Now here's Team USA again pressuring. De La Sala. De La Sala's played a solid game. Everyone in this Team USA lineup has played a pretty solid game and contributed in their own way so far tonight. For instance, Julian Brown, big defenseman. He was a force early on in this game at both ends of the ice. Doesn't necessarily show up on the score sheet, but he's a guy that made his presence known tonight.
Well, and that's also a tough thing to do when you're the best player on each of your respective teams, and you're coming to a team that's, everybody's the best player. It's making sure that you accept your role and accept that the fact that, hey, maybe I'm not going to be scoring as much as I normally do. Maybe I will. But whatever I am doing, I need to make sure that it's helping the team win.
So a big blast from John Stout goes wide of the net. The rebound kicked off the end boards, and a scoring chance there for Team USA. But Eric Eder, who has seen a lot of rubber, sent his way 46 shots. I spoke with the head coach of Team Germany, Philipp Kipp, yesterday, talked to him, and he acknowledged that his team is young and doesn't have a whole lot of experience, and that this is a developmental trip for his squad. And it'll be interesting to see how this Team Germany develops and grows through this tournament.
I think that they will continue to grow throughout the tournament.
Here's Stout with a chance. He scores, and that's 10 for Team USA. John Stout from 45 feet, and it's 10-1. Well, Team USA.
Stout's been knocking on the doorstep. He hit that crossbar early on in the game. And it's another defenseman jumping up in the play. Really good pass from De La Sala to, Stefanik with the pass over to Stout, who finishes.
Maxim Shams charges down ice, but we're going to get a penalty call here with 2:06 remaining. And that'll go against Carson Pilgrim.
So now here's an opportunity for Team USA to finish on a strong note. Have a solid penalty kill. Make sure you're getting those clears. Don't sit back just because you're up 10-1. You need to make sure that you are playing not for these last 10 minutes, or 2 minutes rather, but playing for the next 4 or 5 days.
So a 4-on-3 power play opportunity for 19 seconds for Team Germany. They'll win the draw. Long shot is blocked. So Pilgrim in the box for hooking. And the U.S. will be shorthanded for all but the final 5 seconds of regulation time. Not that it's going to matter. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play as View and Hahn come out of the box for their respective teams. Yes, it is 10. Scoreboard says 9, but it's probably because they don't have double digits on the end zone scoreboards here.
Yeah, your score bug is correct on your screen. And yeah, it's 10-1. The U.S. has played just a fantastic first game. You couldn't have asked for probably a better game from Team USA, especially the third period.
Here is Thatcher Bernstein with a save on Elias Poole. So we're down to the final 45 seconds here, and for both teams really, they need to forget about this one, because you can't rest on your laurels if you're Team USA and an easy 10-1 win. And if you're Team Germany, you have to put this out of your memory as well. You need to say, okay, what happened last night is last night. Tomorrow's a brand new day and we start 0-0. The 10 goals that Germany has given up, they don't carry over till tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think that really, as important as it is for both teams, it's a little bit more important for the U.S. After a big win to say, hey, you know what, let's look at what we did right. Let's continue to build on that. Let's look at what we did wrong. Let's correct that and come back strong against a good Swiss team.
Final 15 seconds of this second game of the first night of the Athletics Under-17 Five Nations Tournament. And an offensive display, the likes of which you rarely see in international competition. And Team USA cruises to a 10-1 victory here against Team Germany. 4 goals in the first period, 4 in the third, 2 in the second for Dan Jablonic's squad. The teams will now line up at center ice. The Star-Spangled Banner will be played. They play the national anthem after the game of the winning team. And then the teams will shake hands. So the crowd here is asked to rise as the national anthem of the United States. So the national anthem has been played and the teams will now shake hands as Team USA a 10-1 winner over Germany. They do have double digits on the end zone scoreboards here. So the teams acknowledge each other. And they will shake hands at center ice as this event, game 1, day 1, game 2 of day 1 is in the books. And Team USA getting 3 goals from William Zellers, Teddy McCausland with a couple of goals as Team USA, a dominant opening performance here at the Ed Robeson Arena in Colorado Springs. The second game of this first day of the Five Nations Tournament presented by Athletics and Kyle Houston. Great effort from the United States. They showed their offensive capabilities. If there was one thing they need to do, they need to clean up the penalty aspect of things, giving up 6 power play chances, way more than they would like. But let's talk about the goals and let's take a look at the scoring. Let's start in the first period. That was a period that belonged to William Zellers as he scored a couple of goals in that first period. We've got a lot of goals to get to, so let's get to the highlights here of this game between the United States and Team Germany. And in that first period, it started early. Just 38 seconds in, Gino Carson took a perfect feed from Max Swanson. He showed some patience and great hands, backhanded it in. Then less than 5 minutes later, it was William Zellers, the first of his 3 in the game for Team USA. Aiden Park would also score. Zellers again put it short side on Eric Eder. Eric Eder in the goal for Team Germany had to face 48 shots in the game tonight against Team USA. Team Germany definitely outmatched. It was 4-0 after the first period. In the second period, a couple of goals from Team USA. Zellers getting his third, is the hat trick of the night, and then McCausland with taking a beautiful feed and tapped it home. Bales, McCausland, Pittner, and Stout all scoring in the third period. There's Stout's goal, but a dominant performance from Team USA. And let's take a look at the stats through the game. And again, the scoreboard, the stats, not really indicative. It was a more lopsided game than these numbers show.
Yeah, 47 shots on goal. The scoreboard has 48. Regardless, it's a lot of shots that Eric Eder faced. And, yeah, you talked about it right at the end of the game there, Ken, that 8 penalties for Team USA. They need to clean that up, and a lot of those, too, were stick penalties. There were some trips, some hooks, a high stick in there. So you want to continue to try to clean up that hockey moving forward into tomorrow. So be a little bit more disciplined. That's going to give you some more offensive opportunities. And really, when Team USA felt like they were a little bit back on their heels, that's when they were on the penalty kill, and Germany was able to get a couple of opportunities.
No question. Both teams need to kind of put this game out of their minds and look ahead to the second day of this Five Nations tournament. For Germany, it's a quick turnaround. They have to turn around quickly. They'll play Slovakia in the early game tomorrow that will start at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 o'clock on the East Coast, and late in the evening over in Europe. For Team USA, they'll take on a Swiss team that showed a lot of resilience in the first game against Team Czechia. They didn't go away. They've got skill. They've got the ability to score, so it's going to be a different kind of opponent for Team USA tomorrow night.
Yeah, they were definitely scouting that first game with Czechia and Team Switzerland in that 5-4 contest during the 3 p.m. game. But really, if today was any indication of how the rest of the week is going to go, not only for Team USA, but for all the teams competing at this Athletics Five Nation tournament, I mean, anybody in attendance, anybody watching is in for a real special treat here at Ed Roseman Arena.
No question about it. Game one here today, Team Czechia, a winner over Switzerland 5-4. Here in the second game, the U.S. pounds Team Germany 10-1 the final score. A great first day of this tournament. We hope you'll join us for day two tomorrow. Again, Germany and Slovakia. The early game, Team USA against Switzerland in the late game. For Kyle Hewson, I'm Ken Landau and our entire crew. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will see you here from Colorado Springs tomorrow. Good night.